Finito, my regal people, those who read through the evil, deceitful, double speak use, that is illegal, foreign delete fools, that's been occupied, the land for far too long, it's been docu-shining, sleight of hand to get you gone, murder by numbers, from paper genocide, back to when many children, women and men die, like the road to Chickabaw, or the Trail of Tears, land turned to one big prison yard, we been in jail for years, up Shit's Creek, without a paddle, pump the river of death, kill all our leaders and chiefs, till there's not one deliverer left, I'm not Hiawatha, or even Tecumseh, restore Big Mama, issue foreigners doomsday, this Geechee, man is you Geechee, got us to fuck you to whom you pray, Cash Squadron has risen up from weather ruins late.
The vital forces that make up creation. Fire represents directed will, energy radiating out from the center, and action.
If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are merely existing at best or worse. You are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your the I am, the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. Cops usually watching, scavengers plotting, communities locked in. Due to a cell phone for males grown, not used to a jail zone. To escape hell, it'll be you do a tell on impunity shopping, as if immunities are bargain or everlasting cash gift card with past live. Old school Ruzi's rocking, his last just speed up the clock, peace loving. Unity is forgotten. I recall vivid, draw y'all to know truth. Yo, you must live it. Life you can't trick it, end up stiff or rigid. As a boy, it's more from some kids biscuit. Instead of playing by principle, you play with it. Try to outsling it, but that chick's wicked. That's why I walk upright as the Kamo did, and like a snake on his belly. The time of who slid you there. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are merely existing at best or worse. You are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your the I am, the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. As roleplay, become the substitute for realness. For loud noise, they replace soundproof for stillness. My medicine, having shit deep into the illness of materialism. You must possess this to feel blessed. I guess it's sex, express sex, murder, and drugs. So of course you're judged, as a European does with a smudge remark. You not as raw as fudge. Love the weight of the world for shoulders. I'm doing shrugs, cause it's bodybuilder. Also cardio healer, pumps life of people despite the evil party killer. CPR's needed, it's like the heart's iller, cause you bought with a bounce don't make you heart or rilla. You bombard the clubs, don't make you a car dealer. King Kong made a mockery of Godzilla. You are not showing the glow who you are, killer. Take off the disguise, mark that mask, scar for rilla. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are merely existing at best or worse. You are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your the I am, the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. It's time for love, what's with the hate? Young lady, a video, girl's not your fate. Cultivate your talent, cause it's God-given. Status of society makes it hard living. You out of gas like a car driven, till the tank is on E. We start sitting behind a bar prison. Yo, pseudo power bore me, too sour for me. In my mind's eye, I visualize our story as it should be. A tower of glory or a glowing loft. I chose to adore, they say I'm going soft. Exemplify fly, they say I'm showing off. What they meant was I'm the chosen boss. Crackheads, cash stones, don't feast these horns, so I opt to not respond instead of going off. And straight iron like sundew, I stay shining like the sun do in the daytime right in front you. Why they wanna like the young do? It's fine, make the mistake. Think I'm too comfortable or too humble, cross the fine line and I'ma hunt you. Divine law run you down and punish you with swift justice and be done with you a 1-2. And I don't stop, I'm gonna keep on rocking to the knock of my art. So if you forgot the code of a go-getter for the opportunity, yo, I won't stop. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are merely a magician at best, or worse, you are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your the I am, the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what it is meant to have a life.
We have earth, physical, the force that holds the atoms together, the force that holds the atoms together. Earth represents practical applications, and earth also represents consolidation. Let's deal with the air principle. Air represents intellect. Air represents the energy that shapes the pattern of things to come. And air also represents communication. Last of the 4 cardinal elements we talk about is water. Water represents soul. Water represents emotions. Water represents the power of the unconscious mind. The power of the unconscious mind. Water represents connecting to the source. And water also represents reception. Fire is represented by 3 of the zodiac houses, those being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth represents Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Water represents Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And air represents Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
Signs and symbols are for the conscious minds, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision the past night, yeah, 8 circulars round, created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezies that'll hurt you, they smile all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras, but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw magic serve around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks purposely will keep me, I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint and split the range, the point, the center means I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'll fly in plain view. I am my circle, how I govern 4 corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place, in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. How we call when bro and I spit flows dope, man, fly in the shell at Southampton, kept smoke, stay high. Years later, he's the same degree, just gain density. Gave my synopsis, he's toxic. I prayed I could say I behave by low codes. I've raised my moral ground, way how my character stay fly, the conduct squared up, self-esteem, the day sky, new God on what the world's been waiting for. The days now, they out there and I don't abide by the same ethics. They fame, respect, and obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but restrained. That's just but the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribe my passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rare, I spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kid, and then it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. Announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift, even in darkness, the sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. Actors with the purpose just for show. Go figure, you dig, pounding you baboon or gorilla. I'm built like a silverback with hella track, no illa max than me. Masturbate her back, originally pretty. Take the mask off, 360 on my square. See the circle, if not your mask off. You poemish, dash or soft. The dialogue's trash talk, your past lost. Leave my footprints in the asphalt. You've an outline correction, last fall. I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Sacredly sex some whose ass off. When she walked the ass off, I told talk back to it like who makes your Yanni sing. Her response, she dons me king. To who they gave me the script, my ops the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on my circle is me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance this abnormal, dormant form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah. In the spirit of the great matriarch, all praises is due to the Most High. Honor and respect to all our ancestors, the elders, the youth, bro star gods and sister goddesses, Americans. They say a soldier never knows his strength unless he has a foe. Well, I came to realize that my most greatest opponent is me. And in the spirit of making my enemy's enemy my friend, I decided to make me my greatest ally. Because each situation calls for it. You dig? Shot my first itchy like an 82. Hot, yeah, Ilya kissed me like how a lady do. Blaze a full fellatio. The ratio is convagio through this crazy flow. Truth is, I've been gone for a long time to go through what I've gone through. You need a strong mind, like seeing tone spine poked up for the wrong shine. Or when bone wine, yoked up out that phone line. Wake me from the stupor of this ugly life. Can't wait to make your lupus for my lovely wife. How could I let you get away like the spinners? Mention me today amongst the winners. Through stare smile, watch me steer the crowd. Here and now, watch me clear the cloud. Keep my head above, break one of your waters. Give a shit hospital options or cordial orders. We need situation ethics in this day and time. Not in the sense of as if bad into good or good into bad, turning everything backwards. But simply because in every situation you're faced with, you need ethics, codes, principles, morals, methods in order to navigate through this madness. That shit or crash you with trash. Feng Shui keeps you hoarding, more cluttering, pains you deeply to sweet poor floor covering. Prostrating, mobs fading, demigod hating. I postulate that you the synagogue of Satan. I exercise to exorcise the legion from you, even the legion demons from your region I shun you. Spin you and your grip, irritating with your touch, Philly approach, and gear skating. I'm too close to the door, in here waiting. This my true story of hope, inspiration, motivated thoughts of lessons to teach my toddlers. Raise my offspring, be a father. The resort of tossed salad and peach cobbler. The course expected feedback from each blogger. So much debris within the mental of thieves to free my mind into the temple of thieves. I became an Egyptian monk. Delved into the underworld until I rose resplendently to bring forth light, light, and heat. The pearl of wisdom I received was this. Ascend to the highest height of that purity. Look down in the cross, far and wide. All situations before making my next move with finesse. As I caress the flesh of the best crew. I'm not a communist nor humanist. I'm more of a psalmist when the moment hits. Stone to the middle of Goliath's head. Jacking the beanstalk, the giant's dead. This is for little bruh, Ahmad Jamal. I spit the who shit, I knew the call. To prayer like Bilal, floods they are done. I chose to pray with Sharice cause she's on my arm. Got to stay on beat cause them clones roaming. Their culture is Greek and their homes are Roman. You can tell the beat on the phones is on when them people speak.
Oh, this some I ain't play all this now. This some other
steady echo means the correspondent to what they record.
Grand Ascension, what's going on, beloved? Exactly. Look, I'm gonna break it down to y'all. I was asleep like a mother.
Even when the sex is tantric, under the sun, lying on the sand lip, the body language we speak is Sanskrit, religious love above a secular antic. Her latest request, she needs a fast. The greatest effect is defeat the masses. Something different from Christian ministers, House of Representatives, emails, or senators. Be sure it's for her that I'm diplomatic. I can go blip the blur stick you that quick.
I'm not diplomatic.
So please do not make a mistake of appeasing me with all that Drake fake glove. You can't fake steak, call it Longhorn. Steakhouse acquired by where the strongest one is up to the Maldives. Due to gold visas, my morning glory and I, Whitney and bold gifts. And so, and what appears to be the conclusion of this piece, after befriending myself, my complementary rehab became clear to me the union I have with Sharice. My intuition permitted my vision to no longer be submerged in the obscurity of the impurity of conflict. Unless it's holy war. She is divine law and order. The reason why, like the phoenix, I rise again and again. Thus the music doesn't stop. I am the conquering lion. At the same time, she's my best friend. My high priestess in every situation. The sun goddess like earth, wind, and fire. Featuring Ramsey Lewis, I do this. She makes me the truest.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor.
No, I know my boy in Camden, he's watching. The other one, he's all locked up. They old, but he was done wrong by his mama, his baby's mama. Y'all know they still getting them with that fake ass child support shit, which is not efficient, you know. And they know they're not citizens. The two brothers, the two I told you about, you know, about my age. When I was in Camden, you know, always play boxing. You know, I'm always with slap boxing and stuff like. And then they started hitting like. I was like, oh, I must be slapping them too hard. So I started lighting up on the slap. Motherfucker hit me in the mouth. Nigga. And I started beating and stomping. And, you know, I remember I was about to choke D out, right? I was about to choke D out. That's all I'm saying. And Cuz didn't know what to do because where I had D, he couldn't really hit me, right? And he was just like trying to pull my hands off. And he's like, D, he got a vice. I can't break his hands free. And I had my hand, I didn't have pressure on the carotid artery where I had him. I was just letting them know that I was squeezing and letting them know I control your breath, bro. And letting them go. You know, when I felt them go limp, that's when I said, okay. And they jumped, and you know, he didn't jump right up. He was like, oh shit. Yo, man, you ain't honorary, you a C. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nigga, I ain't want to be no goddamn crip with no blood and shit. But that's because there were some people talking, because I always went around there helping the women and the children, and some of the brothers, you know, handing out, you know, some food and shit that I would chef up. So I drive over there in my Chrysler. I had the little Chrysler Sebring, you know, with the convertible, and you know how certain brothers are. And the women always, and it was the women pushing, you know, like certain individuals thinking they was going to rob me, and they was like, yo, we're going to shoot him. And that's why they said, we jump you in. That's why they decided to jump me in. That way I'd be a crip in that area. And the Bloods ain't had no problem with them. Because, you know, I always moved amongst the Bloods. The Damus, you know what I'm saying? And there was 2 Damus that was from, like, you know, one from East LA and one from San Fran, who, I'm not going to mention no names here, but they were solid. I don't even know if they still alive, but because they were a little older than me. Because y'all know how I went down to New York and New Jersey, how, you know, and I think they left New York and came over to Jersey, and Camden's like really, really rough place. And what are they doing? And I didn't wear it with pride. I just like, okay, all right. And I mean, I messed my boys up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I had some speed knots. I had a knot. My mouth was sore. They said they want to hit me over here because they knew I was shot in the mouth. So I was like, man, that's the best place. This is stronger than this side. I don't have no feeling over here. So, you know, they know, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but they was all messed up. Busted lip, cracked. I think I messed my boys, that bone right here, I broke it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really went ham, and it was trying to stop me. I didn't know it. You know, I was picking them up and slamming them on the curb, bigger than me. You know, and all they said was, "Yo, you're a real one." I was like, "Why you gotta say that? You know what? When I live at, you know what happened on the block and all that with the shootings and everything." And they're like, "Yeah, but that was your old lady's cousins." I was like, "No, I had to go over there. I was the only one that went and got Peanut and all them guys strap up. We ran around, yeah, in Melville, New Jersey. We ran around the block, about 10 of us, all locked and loaded. Even the cops was like, holy, I mean, we was moving like, you know." And that's when they got her nephew. Not cousin, her nephew. Ashley's cousin. Fat Joker Baby. Some of you might follow Snapchat. She does hair now out of Atlantic City. That was my stepdaughter, hard-headed. And with that being said, you know, when we talk about like turmoil within the communities and the division and separation, I know there's some people saying to themselves, because y'all know y'all follow individuals that keep that up. And those are parasites, whether in ignorance or knowing. There was an incident a little over a year ago, right? This is going to be a little talky. Today we're going to read, y'all. I'm pretty well rested. Somebody made a donation too. I appreciate it, beloved. I'll shout you out. I'll shut you up. But I want to go ahead and see if I can. Excuse me. Let me see here. I'm typing it in because I know it's Mississippi. Why does it do that? Okay, let me see. All right, so this is the original Black Panthers and the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. Omek, you might know something about this. I guess they had that meeting. The police went there to meet them based on some kind of racist thing that happened. Because you need to know that Mississippi got some of the most dumbest, like Alabama, dumbest peckerwoods in the world. The dumbest. Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama, boy, they got the dumbest light-skinned folk. Louisiana got a share too, right on the river that shouldn't be there on the river, but you know, you got lazy. We're going to get into a lazy Negroes killing each other over there. They're too stupid. Some of you in Louisiana, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you that. You ain't going to do nothing about it. Except for kill each other and kill yourselves, dummies. But you might want to sit back and listen and put aside that chemical lobotomy, all right, them homosexual tendencies, and actually pay attention. Because I am the one. Now, I ain't talking about Jet Li. I am the one. There's a little T in there for you. All these, I'm watching these little black groups running about talking about, I'm cool for us. Yeah, all you looks like idiots. Yeah. Wasting your time. So the so-called B community has been expressing questions about why the men weren't charged with a hate crime. On Saturday, they called a protest at the Lincoln County Courthouse to call for justice in Gibson's situation. They were joined by the Black Panther Party, Poor People's Campaign, the NAACP. See, that's power. When you say the Poor People's Campaign, that's some black church shit. That's the dumbest thing to put. And he's saying black power. Like, what the? Anyway, that's what happens when you tie yourself and bind yourself to a land you don't belong to. It's out of Africa bullshit. Because Black Panthers wasn't out of Africa, nothing. That was pushed by the feds into Black Panther, and there was well over a couple thousands of them. And they did change the narrative. They didn't want nothing to do with the PLO, the symbol. They didn't want nothing to do with any of them African organizations. When Geronimo, Huey, all of them didn't want, and we know all of them. Some of them, a lot of them, you know. It's well known that Huey P. Newton played a role with the feds, even though he attempted to disembark. And when he started talking in the 90s, they set him up. Serpico's the proof of that, if you don't want to believe me. And Fred Howard, or whatever the other cop name, whatever, I forget his name. But there's a number who said certain incidents and things that have happened. There's a whole different narrative behind it, and the government's behind it. But anyway, this thing that happened here, I think, wasn't it over some UPS driver that got shot at or something like that? I just remember when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I remember put up all over the place. I was like, oh, people going to feed into this and this going to blow it. Because ain't nobody going to do nothing. But what I wanted to point out is, let me see here. One of the speakers was Vivian Hawthorne, a Brookhaven resident who shared her story of where her accelerator stuck and she couldn't make her car stop. While radio traffic showed police knew her accelerator was stuck and also pulled her out of the vehicle and put her on her belly to cuff her. She was 9 months pregnant and delivered 2 days later. The baby was healthy and the officer was cleared of any wrongdoing. But Hawthorne, the NAACP, and others around her felt the whole thing was handled badly. As the crowd was beginning to disperse, Brookhaven Police Chief Kenny Collins pulled up and began to address the crowd, telling them that the whole group will owe him an apology when the facts come out. According to videos taken at the protest, when Gibson's mother called Collins by his first name to ask him a question, he told her to address him as Chief Collins, which brought a rumbling response from the crowd. At one point, an MC with a megaphone asked the crowd to back away from Collins as they had begun to circle in on him, calling him names and chanting, "No justice, no peace, no racist police." Now, I'm not going to go into it. And there was a young man also, because I remember him standing forward. He was a UPS driver, and two dumb Peckerwoods shot guns at him. And he was able to get out of there. And then on the way, and by the ends meeting, because there was a Hindu police. Hindus, we're very aware of when you got on the police forces and your purpose there. I would advise y'all to mind your fucking manners. I know it's not going to happen in California and New York where you've established. Though I'm very aware of 2 Hindu brothers who joined the police department to keep an eye on certain Hindus. So I can't say no more than that. But I appreciate them brothers. But there's a lot of you came with the agenda. And if you come and watch this, don't worry. There's more than enough people that know everything. Just like a certain number of certain Chinese who are not really Chinese Americans, they're being watched as well by the Chinese. And I ain't talking about mainland China, they call it. All right? But we're talking about people who are tired of what have happened between the fake government here, UK, and Canada, and France, as far as Hong Kong and everything else, to which was allowed to happen by this fake ass secret agent. I don't want to mention those alphabet people, but anyway, I say when you're in the rooms and you know the chatter that's going on, to me it's comical. But the reality is, y'all need to stop giving energy to stuff, and I'm gonna get into that. But with this, there was one brother there, kind of big, who was able to quell everything. But let me tell you about the sisters. Let me tell you about you. It doesn't matter what organization or group. When men say, let's disembark, it doesn't take a woman who has no character of Big Mama or as a Queen Chief, because there was not one there, other than the one who had to deal with the issue of what happened. And when the men say, let's move or let's depart, the first thing y'all need to do is shut the fuck up and walk your little unbeguiled asses the fuck away. Because the problem lays, the division and separation, you are not in tune to be standing there with your emotions all over the place, wanting to yell and scream, which is considered assault anyway, at people because you're not getting your fucking way. That's what you first need. And then have the brothers and not the feds. You should be able to see them and smell them. I'm serious. You should be able to smell them. Literally, there's a smell to them. It's a frequency. It's not what, when I say smell, it's not what you know when they're around. It's a knowing. You know when people are who have deceived, betrayed you, and it feels like intentions are good, but they're always obscured. When you walk into your truth, shit changes. And I told y'all the other day, stuff changes phonetically. I ain't talking about physically, and I can't say no more than that. Y'all choose not to come. Stay your asses where you at. I really don't care about that no more. But not my loss. You ain't gonna teach me anything. That's not ego. That's just a fact. The whole thing, I watched it, and I watched how it unfolded. First of all, the departments, which are civilian contract, I forget what they're called, because, like I said, the Supreme Court already ruled they don't have to serve and protect. That should allude to something. They're there to work actually for corporate. They deal with corporate entities. Those lights they flash to pull you over, those are emergency lights. What's the emergency? The emergency isn't because you're tagged. Because if you look on that little sticker that you put on your license plates, when you put that on your car, which alludes to car being so-called registered, right? Whatever, or identity. You know what that is? That means you are operating in fiat, commercial. And that's why they pull you over. They look at that. They don't see the proper date. I be like, yeah, because you know what? I don't feel like changing it. Because I'm not operating or driving in commercial. What is it you don't know? Because most of them don't know law. It's a costume. Marshals and the sheriffs are supposed to. So-called government agents are supposed to, but you know the hijack, how it works. Okay? And most people don't know this. But I know y'all didn't know that about the license plate, did you? I learned about that when I was studying case laws in the libraries. All right? Because you don't teach you that in school, in law school. Okay? So anyway, with this certain individual here, there's a number of these. But because you want to claim African America out of Africa and you stand there looking ignorant based on what happened from the 1920s on up, and we're not even talking about a long time. We're just now busting a century on that mark. But the damage started 70 years ago. Yes, 1950, around 56, 54, 56. Inoculated from 2000, I would say roughly around 1947. 1956, it was running. And see, this is the problem. You have these weak niggas wearing red, black, and flag that don't run. That's not Africa. Okay? It's made up bullshit. All right? Damn sure is it Akbulan. All right? Or Ethiopia. They don't even recognize these goofy ass niggas. Ergo, when the Black Panther Party was first moving, it was not moving in Islam nor in the red, black, and green. That was inoculated because of, the FBI being involved. When people out there preaching, back to motherland Africa, those are feds. And so some people heard that when the main people didn't even agree to that. So I'm done with that goofiness. But and then again, you're not a nation. You might move because you have firearms, and there were some people there, some brothers who I know of, who really was ready to get it in. And I'm talking about real shooters. While you had this fat Sambo ass nigga in a uniform, supposed to be a sheriff deputy, which don't mean you're sheriff, or whatever he was, and these other two goofy Masonic turds, one I know of very well, not and personally, but because people know him, I got the word on this monkey, ex-Marine. So why is always got to be some ex-Marine in the Masonic order, study a little martial arts? They got to walk around like these really, because they corrupt and dirty. Now this is Mississippi, where you think the niggas would be better in costume performing for the people, but because you have the degradation of society, the chemical lobotomy, and everything else, I can't blame the police half the time, because niggas ain't trying to do better. And then y'all follow the music trends of them saying no stitching and this, that, and other. Man, let me tell you something. You come around, you murder somebody on the block, fool, and ain't no, they got this little goofies running around who can't even read or write, but they're intelligent as hell, will sit there and say, no, man, because they've been in the claim. We ain't snitching. We ain't going to say no. I don't know where you at, because they want to get justice, which is right. But you can't do it that way because you're not solving the problem. This is what we have. We have these goofies who ain't solving the problem. Just like right now, when somebody was saying what Charleston White was doing, we're talking Chinese. Charleston White got some homies that are Chinese and Mexican that he's good friends with. He wanted to trigger the gangs and the rap music. He listens to this stuff. I'm not defending Charleston White's ass, please. What I'm saying is, as an example, now there's others more than that. The guys who I work with in the Guardian Angels, man, that move the same damn way. When I was in New York, when I went to Japan, it don't matter. Whenever we had the forums, everything I did as a guardian angel, we have certain individuals who move the same way. I was what they call, I guess, a strong arm. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I really, I wasn't lost. I just didn't want to. First of all, I was nowhere near attempting to accept who I was. I was still in denial. I was looking for the right woman to actually share my truth, my love with. For those who use the word love. But I was still a very violent individual. And just going to the gymnasium, going to hit the heavy bags and lifting heavy weights. And looking for the person that felt squirrely. Because, you got a certain look about you that can be very calm. But in your eyes, it tells a story. You know what I'm saying? And there were people sometimes that felt some kind of way. I remember one time I was doing squats. And this dude came over, yo, man, how long you going to be on this machine? And I heard his voice, right? We're in Harlem. So he was, probably all ripped up, taking certain GH1s and insulin block. He was taking the stuff to make him all shredded. And you could tell. And I looked at him, I was like, I looked at him, and it was like empty. You know what an empty stare is, y'all? I know it was empty because I felt empty. Like, nigga, you don't know who you talking to. And he looked at my face, he's like, oh, no, whatever. I said, no, brother. And see, even with that empty feeling, I said, no, brother, you can work in with me. He said, well, I got 3 guys. I said, it's no problem. I need to take 2-minute rest anyway. Oh, bro, you cool. See, first thing is the intimidation factor. Not knowing the individual. Now, I was no little cat now. Don't get it twisted. And I wasn't all thing. No, I was shredded myself. Just big as hell. The prison mentality will get anybody killed. Unless you're in there, then there's a group mentality. That cluster, right? Same thing with them sisters. There was so many of them around with the cameras and getting up in people's faces because they had that shenanigans, that, and there's no discipline, obvious. Because true discipline would have been like Malcolm. That's too much power for one nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's no unity because you have to have disorder. Or else they're not allowed to function. They would have shut them down. Now, mind you, in this whole thing, a lot of people didn't pay attention to the SWAT members and all the cops cars that were in the back, where the cops sit in there, this whole back, where they come up with the rifles and start picking. But there were panthers in the woods. This is what the cops didn't know. See, a lot of y'all don't get it. And why do I say this? This is the division and an implosion. Things are allowed to exist as long as, you know why it exists? Because the enemy is permitting it. Study. When y'all don't know to shut down and then move with caution, but cause an effect. The majority of you don't know nothing about it. Because y'all move with emotions and feelings and what you think you know. There's a small minority when all this shit is happening, and the majority it's not. But because channeling and programming puts it there, y'all still sit up there with a big ass straw with them looking for those little goobers in that little Hindu drink or whatever the fuck. You were sucking that shit up without even enjoying the drink itself. And that's what's happening. You're sucking up this little bit of shit by these tyrannical pieces of excrement. And you're not allowing yourself to manage yourself appropriately because you don't have nobody that's a good manager or somebody with compassion enough to say, hey, look, you're going about it wrong. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go about it that way, but you have to have a new focus, not to have indemnity. You have to be able to take yourself and coordinate yourself into a situation. Now, why am I saying that? My thing is not division. My thing is not fake-ass racism created by Franz Boas going back before him up until a certain point where you have Walter Plecker and this, that, and the other, because Albert Pike wasn't a racist. As much as people want you to believe that, rewriting history all the time happens. I remember reading the orders, and I know what he did with my family and my original blood family of the Chaka. You know what I'm saying? Me being my father being Chickasaw, the broke away with the right intentions and right purposes for the right intentions. And most people think they know everything, and every time I listen to people talk, I'm sitting there going, what the f-? But I don't say nothing. I don't intervene in that because you know what? Ego's a bad motherfucker. It's so bad that it's got you fucking at. It got you bad. Fucked up. Got you acting in a way that should never have been. That's how destructive and how badass ego is. Ego's a powerful motherfucker. But y'all move on ego. Yes, you do. I don't care what you say. Even if the ego is negative and ignorant. I'm keeping this job because you got to pay them. Okay, dumbass. You ain't bringing nobody to the what you call table to renegotiate what's really going on. You're just gonna keep moving as the obedient slave with your fake ass, weak ass ego. That's a powerful motherfucking drug. I mean, coke is some weak shit to be doing, right? But it's a powerful motherfucking drug, and it's taking a whole lot, just like all this other shit, taking a whole lot of niggas out, right? And now that one of the people about this goddamn weed that the feds fucked up. Oh, you're just now paying attention, huh? You got your head on right. That's right. You think they just fucking with the food, the water, and everything else, like they're gonna not tamper? Why you think it become legal, but that it's still not by the feds, the fake ass feds, it's still not okay? The VA talking about, yo, we thinking about, how do they even have a goddamn copyright, a patent on motherfucking natural growing weed that we cultivated for a long time, like ayahuasca and everything else, peyote, all that shit. But see, this is what I'm talking about. They have to mitigate changing and fucking with it. And they say, oh, you know what? Hey, yeah, we can put it out there. I mean, how you think all this shit, who created this crap, all right? This ice, this shit, right? Then they say World War II, they were giving it to the Germans, the last he hard to use to fight so that, you know, you go berserk, right? Methamphetamine. The German Jews did. And then they brought it here, and the first thing to do, they tested on a reservation. Just like that bad opium. Then they said we got to make something to get them off, and then people got hooked on that shit, that metformin, whatever that shit is, you know. And then from there, crack has always been around, but it was called freebase. Man, it's been around for a long time, y'all. All right? But see, motherfuckers chewing the leaf. It ain't fucking them up other than fuck the teeth up. You see what I'm saying? It was a nice little stimulant, like coffee beans. But then they had to take it and they had to make it worse because they knew that they were going to bring it at certain times and use it in the communities. Ain't you do it? No, we didn't do it. The very people say they're protecting America's infrastructure and this, that, and other. No, they're protecting the lie and the caustic. And these people come from these little beautiful babies and they're nurtured to be abhorrent and everything else. And we got one that likes to kill squirrels. And look, this one, look, Johnny, he took that cat head and sewed it onto the dog body. You'll never know that. But then they're walking around in suits and ties, getting the best armored shit and training and best food. And they come out here and watch you not knowing. And they look like they're normal because they're talking like they have compassion and everything's a lie. And then they jacking your ass up and you don't know what happened. Because you don't know how to fucking listen and move as one. Because you're still listening to worthless niggas who went, just like Diddy's party. How do you get them people all in there, roofied up, having them slap back on the boot top and everything, and the women doing freaky stuff with animals and everything else. And then how about the ones that ain't with it? And then they got them getting a drink, and they got the big old, you know, Samson looking nigga who's not 80 years don't right because he's out swearing, yeah, what's going on, cuz? Yeah, don't worry, man. Go ahead and have a sip of that rum and coke, man. Go have a seat in the room. And next you know, when you go to sign the contract with your beef stick all jacked up, smelling like poop, and your butt sore, right? And he said, you know, you don't want this like 10-year deal? Check this out. Pop in the video. You watch the video, and here you is getting worked out by this big, bold, you know, Samson-looking nigga, all right? Then all of a sudden now his lips is all shiny. He the one hugged up, you know, spooning with P. Diddy on the bed. See, y'all don't get it because you ain't protecting your youth because you don't care about yourself. How you going to protect the youth if you don't care about yourself? And therefore the youth, now it's a whole no cycle. They're not going to care about their youth. And it might be subtle. All right? Because you don't want to fix yourself. That's like the old heads on Facebook when I'm always talking about. I'm talking about my aunts and uncles and they see it. And they ain't doing nothing in their 70s. They ain't doing nothing to make nothing better. And I'm slamming it. So what should have happened a long time ago? When I was doing it a long time ago, everybody like, oh, it ain't that serious, Red. I want to read something because y'all like to be divided, and some of y'all live in Texas, this, that, and the other, right? And y'all don't like the Mexican brothers. You know, I can't say nothing about the cartels. They bad just like the dumb niggas running around shooting each other. You don't like the Chinese. You got to know there's a difference between Chinese Americans and those who are rooted here compared to those coming in here who have been, just like our youth, fucked up and group. Because, you know, there's places in China where, I'm not saying everywhere, where they're taught, literally, certain people in the military that hate you. You don't even know who the fuck you are. And you're listening to niggas who don't even know the truth. And then you got Africans coming here, first and second generation born motherfuckers talk like you and everything else, don't even know their true history. But they look down on you because, or they move with you because you don't have an idea. You know, I mean, Colorado, I go up there in Little Rock, and there's Asian communities, you know, Burma. You know, Burma, there's a war going on that's been going on for the longest time between Burma and Was it Burma and shit? Where's it going? It's a war. So I don't like talking about wars because even though we're at one, it's not really kicked yet. I believe it's Burma and Malaysia, right? There's a conflict going on. I'm gonna make sure I don't want to say something wrong. Okay, I want to get a timeline. Malaysia and Myanmar, but Burma, right? I think it's been going on since 1957 or something like that. Right now to this day. And there's genocide. And you would think two people that kind of look alike, oh, y'all don't get it, man. When you get these government officials that need to keep numbers and this, that, and other, it's pathetic. But anyway, like I said, in Denver and Arkansas, you have these Malayan or Burmese people who fled because the Burmese government were actually murdering their own people. Same thing in Malaya, who come here and they raise the first generation, or some even brought here in the 90s and grow up. And they grew up in these hoods. And you have people from Kenya, Nairobi, and stuff like that. Same thing. Families murdered and this, that, and other, where some family members come from Britain or whatever, and get them out and bring them here. And they grow up and they talk just like us and everything else. And as far as they know, they are us. And y'all would be disrespectful because of certain groups on YouTube or this, that, and other who speak against, because they're warring against this and other. And you'll manifest that if it's a benefit, not knowing that our culture touches everybody. Now, I don't prove that. I'm not here to trip the light fantastic and debate and argue with a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers, right? We know there's a bunch of them that ain't gonna say shit. Because I'm actually a person that knows compared to those who feel some kind of way. Why do I say this? Well, we're gonna get down to the root of some shit. All right? Sabarashi. I forget. Awesome. I forget. I'm trying to remember the word. I'll put the word up today for awesome. I think it's Sobarashi. I gotta remember how to pronounce it appropriately, okay? But I just believe in the word today will help everybody. I know the other one I did yesterday was my family. Watashi no kozoku. Watashi no kozoku. Well, you know what? I'm just working on this language too. Anyway, I'll give you another word today. I practice. I do it for like 20, 30 minutes. I say the word over and over, and it's in there. It's like riding a bike. You know, you fall down. So I'm going to give you another word today, and it'll be a nice one. But let's go ahead and get into this. I wanted to share this with you because most people don't know this. I read to you the numbers of pale skin and very dark skin, different shades of brown, being lynched. We're over almost 3,000 pale skins and over 4,000 melanated, right? And we're talking about between 19 to 1980, whatever it was, right? And it's very important to know that the first numbers being murdered were the light skins, and then it became us. But at that time, are y'all aware of between 1915, 1920, you had one. This is not the whole thing because it goes back to the 1830s as well, all the way up to now, where you have ethnic Mexicans. During the early 1900s, the borderlands region was full of respect to the geophysical location and geopolitical identity. The term ethnic Mexicans is used by many historians to reflect this fluidity and to identify people of Mexican descent, including both Mexicans and Mexican Americans. Okay? The first recorded cases of lynching of ethnic Mexicans in the United States emerged during the late 1840s and continued through the 1930s. Let me help you out something. All right, I want you to pay attention to this because I'm getting really tired of this shithole black bullshit conscious shit. I really am. Now, we know there's many melanated Mexicans who were lynched in Mexico, but they identified as Mexicans, so shut the fuck up. We're talking about dark, which we considered 100% from here or Mexican or Indian. All right? I have all that information. Anyway, although the exact number of lynchings remains largely unknown, historians estimate that roughly 5,000, well over 10,000, y'all. Goddamn 5,000. Well over 10,000 were lynched. At the same time, it's Chinese as well. And then, somewhere around the 1900s, early 1900s, they got some of the Mexicans to turn on the original sheep people they call Chinese, where the Mexicans and pale skins in California and certain places, California, Texas, Arizona, they were going after the original darker than me, and they were lynching them. I think the first known number was 27, I think in San Francisco or whatever the fuck. Then after that, it was a thing as far as where work happened, where they would go into the town and they would find the, the newly made, places for the opium ban, which the British and they created that, the opium, and fucked the Chinese up. Most of y'all don't really get it. We're not nobody's real enemy. Now you got these dumb motherfuckers from prison that come out because of what these been done in there with these, these alphabet motherfucking groups, right? Running around in there, big faggot niggas who get people embarking and allowed to make the money with these corrupt correction officers and police. And because you don't know how to read between the lines and put the pieces together, this is why you have this fundamentally fucked up thing on whether it's MS, whatever the percent. And there's homies who are brothers mixed, whatever, who move in those organs, Southsiders and everything else. But the thing is, even though it's not all over, it's still a tactical thing. And there's enemies on both sides and higher ups that permit and allow it. It don't matter about real history when we're talking about Gujars, crypto-Sephardic Jews, or whatever the fuck. And when I say that, when it says crypto-Sephardic Jews, I'm telling you the real history of what they did in these wars from the 1st up to the 6th century. And they were doing it, making these babies and making these new race of people, robbing our women, our ancestors, and they were making these individuals. Crypto and Sephardic Jew do not mean they're not Judean. See, this is what I'm talking about, the hypocrisy of it. And then you go to Japan. They have what's called Asians and Blasians, all right? Well, pretty much treat kind of the same. Asians get a little late. But the problem is when you say to them, what about the Anu people? Huh? I'm like, yeah, so you think they look like they're the same as you. The Anu people are not you. That's why I cracked up when I was looking at me crazy. I'm like, are you Anu? Huh? I'm like, huh. And then I would learn how to say the word, and then they would shut up and walk the fuck away from me. Because I didn't tolerate shit like that. Because see, I know the Anu are our relatives. So I don't tolerate goofy people and their lack of fucking truth and knowledge or their ineffective, fucked up, unfactual history. See, a lot of y'all tolerate it because you got a fake ego and you're ignorant. And you don't know no goddamn better. So these people do this and they won't even go and research. Remember we were having a discussion, I think a lot of people started mentioning this. You can put all the shit you want in front of people. And they'll deny it. Even when it's based upon a fact. What made that sister go and stab that little boy up like that? Right? Because she ain't who she was. She ain't who she's supposed to be. She's a product of the institutionalization and the disease and the drugging of America, of the people here and afar. I got brothers in UK, Ghanaian and Caribbean, who realize that their history actually starts here in the Americas. Oh yeah, no, it's no doubt. I got brothers in Brazil believing they're being exterminated. That's why they're fighting back by these fake ass bourgeois Portuguese motherfuckers running around because they speak that blah, 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 goofy shit, right? It's the language of a beautiful land. I got a daughter there, old daughter, regardless of what she does. And that's why they're fighting back. And they got niggas running right beside them. You ain't paying attention yet? How about the Boxer Rebellion? But they got rid of a lot of the original people of Atlanta sheep. And they whitewashed them. And yet you're looking at what they're doing in Palestine and what they did with our government, how they hijacked everything, and you still want to move in an order that has no order? You're still afraid to get up and get your feet fucking moving and taking the risk? I ain't telling you to leave or come. Don't tell me you coming and this. I don't want to give a fuck. What I am expressing is the fact that y'all, hey, we can go on, man. I got a whole bunch of stuff up here. When you want to talk about Australia, when you talk to Pacific Islands, they try to hide that like a motherfucker, but it's all there. When you look at immigration and relocation of history, right? The massacre of the Chinese at Rock Springs, Wyoming. Y'all even study this? But you don't get it. Because there's a system above that has to nurture and hide things. They had to make people feel better. But you niggas don't know how to move because you don't want to know better to do better. You're not really paying attention. Most people in the world are realizing that these damn people, I know the media's going to show you this motherfuckers running the star, rim fan, whatever you want to call that raggedy motherfucker, ain't star shit. And yet, you don't even get how it is because you're going to keep giving energy based on the little things because you're channeling, because you're programmed, and you're sending this information, you're creating something that didn't exist. Check this shit out. You think this is a game? Get the fuck out of here. I would say, all right, fat man. We're not gonna say little boy. Crossroads Baker was 23 kilotons, and the Sandstone Yoke 49 when you get the little boy, right? 49 kilotons. Are you where they got shit over 100 kilotons? I'm gonna give you an example. So you got one megaton of TNT to 1,000 kiloton of TNT, right? So we're looking at 1 megaton equates to 1,000 to 5,000 ketones, right? So when you think about 100, holy shit! I don't want to look at that one. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, shit. Oh man, I don't want y'all to take this and get all scared, all right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I know. Oh my God. So anyway, in the 60s, you looked at about 60 to 70 kilotons, right? In 1961, the Soviets set loose one that was 58 megatons. They keep giving you this false sense of hope. I'm not telling you this because it's hundreds of fucking thousands. It's beyond that now. Don't even talk about the hyperbaric, which sucks the air and all that shit and makes your stuff like pudding on the inside. But because I work with nukes, PRP, right? So I studied them. But if they got you stuck there, because that's what they're feeding you, then you're going to give it energy and you're going to start performing duties with this false sense of help. You got people fighting, believing they can win. No one's going to win on either side. This is to ramp things up to have. See how they're fighting everywhere right now? Because people are ignorant. They don't know no better. Just like the thing with race and lynch. You got these fake ass. But they got these Jews, excuse me, not fake. That's what they are. It's their shit they created. But you know what I mean. Like 100 years of lynching. But people say, well, be specific. I don't have to be specific when lynching is taking the life of a person. Hanging women off bridges and this, that, and the sadistic sadists and the worst motherfuckers are the ones who are the very ones writing it. Who's leading it. Remember I told you, majority of the people leading in all these white supremacy groups, that's what they are. I already proved to you who created the Ku Klux Klan. Name and everything. Go back and watch the video. Yet, you don't see how it plays a main role in the world and how they slowly did divide and conquer. Now, if most pale skins actually knew the truth, and most Latinos, or whatever you want to call yourself, Chinese, Korean, you would stop being so abhorrent and stupid, and you would start coming to the table, all right? But see, that can happen because you got so many people who are willing to betray, the Matrix. I know it's not steak. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go on the ship and I'm going to kill everybody and I'm going to work for the enemy who's a machine powered by people and I'm going to come back and make it. And this is what you're dealing with. What if I told you Bill Gates is dead, and the one you see playing is an actor who's a worse sadist than Bill? Well, I told you Bill Clinton was dead because he got tired of Hillary's shit. What would you think? How about some of the ones that got skinny and all of a sudden died, news reporters and stuff, aren't dead, but taken away to be experimented on or to be held and enjoy their life elsewhere? Because they did their job well and partook in things that you have no idea about. How about all those ones in the underground, those just tunnels all over the earth? I told you in Philly, there are brothers, there's light-skinned brothers and dark-skinned brothers going 5,000 feet underground, finding all kind of equipment, shit, yeah. But it's all throughout this country. That people literally heard children being gunned down. What about those soldiers in the tunnels who do that, transporting these children? You don't know who they are because your ignorance reigns supreme. That's why you have all this what they call white noise up here. Okay, especially in the cities. I'm not here to stop nothing. Y'all need to know this. And I know too many guys who wear costumes that are good. Imagine you going out to a raid and you see two guys, you know, new on the team. These individuals ain't who you think they are. And then they pop up. And you're like, what? And then all of a sudden they disappear and you just shut the fuck up. You got a job, you just got a $20,000 pay raise. Don't nobody know shit. But you want to move in your little fictional world like you're moving in clandestinely, right? Like you're being clandestine about it. Motherfucker, they know everything your ass doing. How many times I gotta tell y'all, when you're charging this little goopy shit up, turn it the fuck off and put it in another room, if not on another floor. Put it away for you. You can make a Faraday bag. No, but you don't want to hear that. You know why? Because it doesn't support your existence, the lie that you've been living. So I'm tired of hearing, I'm reading you lynchings because I need you to show, I've already showed you where light skins and even a Spanish dude got lynched. Motherfuckers were really about helping people, and they were thousands of motherfuckers. Who you think can rile people up like that all the time at a specific time to come together? It's not that they're meeting out in the woods. This stuff is known to happen because these certain groups move this way around the land when something strategic had to be taken care of by these fake-ass Gujars who would employ and get these people to move around all over the country. And then 5 and 1,000, 1,500 motherfuckers lynch 1 and 2 and 3 motherfuckers. Until like Tulsa, Oklahoma, when them brothers around in Texas and everybody started grabbing their guns, and they went down there and started shooting all them Mongolians and light skins, and some of them Mexican men who were partaking in this. They weren't who you think they are. We're talking about people who have been groomed and fashioned, just like you have brothers today who will betray you, like that fat-bellied motherfucking nigga with the deputy sheriff out there. And the other goopy nigga standing there smiling, but they see the one that looked like he been in Sing Sing for 100 years, looking at him like, nigga, I'm ready to die today, and I'm ready to take 10 of you with me, and ain't nothing gonna stop it. And so big dude came over there, and he didn't even want to move. He was like hand right on the gun, like nigga, today all that, and there's millions of you running around, but you run around in confliction and confusion. You don't know how to move, regardless of the training. I'm not sitting here saying do that. No. It can be done otherwise. I ain't talking about kumbaya and turn the other cheek shit either. But because motherfuckers don't know how to mitigate things, do not know how to move. And some of you don't know that sometimes you need to stay the fuck out of sight. That's why I say most of you run with this mentality as if you know something, you want to run your mouth, you don't know how to shut up and just fucking listen. And then you can't smell one of them motherfuckers when they come around. These lynchings to show you that this has been employed on everybody. Be obedient, or this is what happens, or give up what we want, and we're going to take it. But you motherfuckers, they done took everything from you, have nothing to take other than your fucking life, and you still want to stay there and be the little minion. Little dumb, yellow, blue overall, running around, no shoe on your feet, motherfucking big, one googly eye having, not even touching your pineal, think you're doing something. I'm married, I got children, I shut the fuck up. Every day, someone's losing their children. You know what? We have damn near 4 murders every day for 365 days a fucking year if you want to buy into that 365 shit. 4 murders every goddamn day. Over 1,700 fucking murders, 365 days, and sometimes more than that, so you got to round it off. Y'all think that's fucking normal? We're not talking about all the other things, suicides and shit where police had to shoot a motherfucker, or, you know, we protect motherfuckers shooting individuals over 3 million times a year. We're not talking about that. We're talking about straight up just for murders. We're not talking about accidents. We're not talking about people falling, jumping and shit. We ain't talking about food poisoning. We ain't talking about medical fucking mishaps or whatever the fuck. We're not talking about experimental drugs. We are just to say, oh, this is more. Y'all don't look at this. We're just talking about at least 4 to 6. Maybe you might get a day where it's only 3, but up to 6, and sometimes more, murder in just North America, a fucking day. Besides the lynchings, we weren't killing ourselves. We weren't killing each other. Are y'all aware of that? Oh, you didn't know that was where this was going. Oh, my apologies. I thought y'all was tapped in. Now, if you call somebody black in the 1940s, they cut your throat. Even up in the 1960s, you call somebody black, cut your throat, shoot you. And how did we get here with all these dumb motherfuckers running around? Because the very motherfuckers who think that it's all right to do what they're doing, these worthless ass teachers and these fake ass professors, are the ones that have been pushing it, clandestine, like operating clandestine. And then your dumb ass is because of the division of the family, and how the black church helped that as long as they can get rich, being on 501c, whatever, 50301, whatever the fuck monkey number that is, to be tax exempt. And that they're not even willing to go on and correct the shit. There ain't no forgive and forget a shit. But see, this is how y'all move. They got y'all all pitted against each other. Black, white, yellow, all this shit. I look at this Native American talking about, you know, the medicine wheel, they call it black, red, yellow, white, and yellow. That's the wheel of earth. No, it is not. I'm tired of you fake ass Native Americans opening your mouth talking about shit you don't know nothing to fuck about. That shows you that, and when I heard the Navajo saying that shit, now they changing it. They realizing, holy shit. And the Hopi women are like this. I know I told y'all with 2 Hopi ladies that had big curly froze. They're old, like 78 years old. We go to the whole, I take them every week and I go and pick them up and take them to the whole ground restaurant. You know, we get our Navajo tacos and shit like that, whatever, right? They bring me my Hopi blue corn, folded, you know, I like to snack on. Like, you think rice cakes was garbage. This shit was real. All blue, you know what I'm saying? Giving me corn seeds over a fucking 600 years old. Now, where we get them seeds from? Besides the ones I have for my family? None of you been there. People ain't ready for this kind of information. They don't want no real information. They like the world of lies and the gullible shit. Like that black goofy nigga in Oklahoma talking about he's Seminole. Fake Seminole ass nigga. He won't come over here and run his motherfucking mouth with his fake ass fraudulent history. Redacted bullshit. There's a whole bunch of them. Man, I follow a lot of Asian channels and I love watching them eat and when they're sharing and listening to the language. Man, see, I've been there. You know, Singapore, I had 2 girls who wanted to marry me. I was like, oh, no. I'm just here I was mad at that time. Oh, no. I'm here to get some fucking food, have a couple of drinks, and see what kind of books y'all got. Because y'all ain't really got a lot of good shit, but I'm going to buy some of that stereo equipment, that bowls and speakers and the stands and shit, shipping it back home. Goddamn. That's what I was doing in Singapore, and it's looking at the martial arts. And going where they said don't go. That's the type of motherfucker I was in the Navy. 2 girls were like, oh, we went to KFC. I wanted to see what their KFC was like. I was like, oh, they shit real. Excuse me. Anyway, and they had them biscuits, you know what I'm saying? Like Mama made, you know. I was like, where y'all get the recipe? Well, the biscuits at KFC back home ain't like all flaky and buttery. Well, I fell off on something and then fell back in. But check this out. I was like, no. They were like, oh, you know, coming up to me, I'm, you know, we're in the uniform the first day, you know how we, the eagle, you know, badass, you know. I'm gonna do some windmills and some head spins to show these motherfuckers what time it is up rocking. And it was magnificent. And then the second day, That's when they came pick me up and we went to this little party, like this hotel, like it was bad with the balcony and shit. I was like, this is fire, but I need to go out and get some shopping. So I stayed the night. Did I ever have Singapore slingers? Yes, yes. And them motherfuckers wanted to get married. Hell no. Motherfucker. And they had that bullshit up when the lambskin came out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was like, no. I'm like, Red, how you doing? You ain't paying for nothing. I said, nigga, that's what you come out with the intention of buying some shit. I'm going to buy some Bose speakers and shit. I'm going down to this. You see that big market right there? And these beautiful ladies, and they, I guess that's their cousin, whatever the fuck. Security over there. It don't matter. They're going to take me down there, and we're going to eat. We're going to motherfucking go to the fake ass beautiful beach. I'm buying this shit, get it back to the land, and get on the helicopter, fly home, and I ain't got no time for none of you niggas. That's how I moved. No hate, man. I ain't deal with hate nowhere. By the time you come back here, you hear some bullshit with some dumb motherfucker government agent. Somebody meant to do that, like the little goofy Korean that shot the 60-year-old girl who didn't know no better, even though she got robbed and then shot in the back of the head walking out. And them goofy niggas ain't do nothing, but you can run around like you own the street and the park and everything else, shooting each other and talking about in the backyard lifting weights because you're punk niggas. That's what you are. Talking about bros, not hoes. Ain't no women hoes, you stupid motherfuckers. They fucked up because you fucked up. And you fucked up because they fucked up. Dumbasses. Now, I said all that because everything's puzzle pieces. Now, I don't have to curse. Y'all know that. It'll bring people in and drive motherfucking monkeys away. Because sometimes we need some cannon fodder. I know it sounds kind of fucked up, but remember, I know the dark very fucking well. And that's all I'm going to say to that. I have to oblige you. And you don't need to fucking worry about that. What you need to worry about is getting your shit together. Your fucking ass together. And stop being part of this capitulated stupidity that is not diversity, but some made up shit. I got Filipino homies, man, I ride and die with for that narrative. Right? And they don't have to say it to you. You just act up and watch what they do. My Mexican homies, chinchilla motherfuckers, I call them over here. Man, come over here talking square up. Your ass will be laid in the park like you sleep. I mean, that's how they move. I ain't playing. One day, one of them was riding around with me, checking out what I do, how I give out like sandwiches. I said, man, don't be doing this to see if you can do drugs the same way, motherfucker. No, brother, you know I got you, FA. So I slapped the weeds over here, rolled up a couple of blunts and shit. He's drinking his motherfucking Modelo. And I'm showing how through the sandwiches and why I buy the meat I buy. And even he gave me some hints on some things. So it's good to have a brother when I went to get the avocados. So I can put, there's a couple of guys in Navajo who were ex-army, and they need the fat because they got so skinny from drinking that damn pop, that $5 liquor, vodka. Messing their liver up. So fats is good for the liver. You got to have some avocado and real olive oil is what I use. So I always use turkey, and there's only a couple like to have the ham. And so I'll use turkey, ham, and I would use London broil, make the sandwiches. And I didn't make like little skinny sandwiches, y'all. I was using Dave's sprout and grain bread, like, damn, this $5.49, $6.79. I think it might be expensive now. Bread, and you get the white one too, which is, better than the regular Wonder Bread shit. So I would literally get 5 bags of each of those. I would buy Walmart, buy the big brown bag, lunch bag things. They get the box with the apples. They didn't care about the oranges, GMO, whatever. They didn't give a fuck. And then get the ganados, potassium. So I always make sure I had an apple, orange, banana, fat ass sandwich, all right? And then they had these famous Amos chocolate chip cookies. I used to get the whole box. I don't even have them over here. I had to order them. And I put that in there with a bag of like Frito-Lays or something, or kettle cooked potato chips. Because you Walmart, you get the big boxes cheap. You know what I'm saying? And 2 bottles of water. Now, there was some I known from the res, I told y'all, and some of y'all say, but that's back. No, it's not. The veterans, Vietnam, I don't know how they're still alive. They're sweating, hands are clammy. Red wolf, they would say home on the shoulder. The Navajos, when they learn your name, they respect. I'm on the show, but oh, how, you know, and they would be, and I'd be like, you need some vodka, bro. I ain't had this since last night, bro. I got diarrhea. Oh, you ain't got to say what you got. God, so then I would go to Navajo, and they would laugh, and I would just go and buy them for those two individuals. I would buy them and leave it. It's $37 on some good fucking vodka. $47, something like that. But I wasn't here to obstruct, but I would sit down and talk about the after and were they aware of this, and they knew a lot of things, y'all. They respected me, number love, literally. Can't even stand, just walk straight and would still fight for me. Y'all got a lot to learn in this world. And the enemy's not going to allow it. People starting to realize a lot of things I've talked about for a long time. They're going, dude, I just saw somebody talking like he got like 900,000 views. So what? Yeah, but you know, I think they got it. I don't care. What's important? The message or the messenger? You know, he was in the Marine Corps state. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he was down there my time. And the information was going around, but that's what it is. That's what's supposed to happen. Matter of fact, he worked on the side where they transported the nuclear weapons to when we had to go over and pick them up, or they would go with us, lock and loaded. And even though we were, you know, it was just transporting nuclear weapons was just the way it was at night, you know what I mean? And so good, they heard it. What's important? The message or the messenger? The message. Millions of messages. And most of you never listen to any of them. Nor did you know when to listen or accept that the message exists. Anything plausible deniability. Anything can be denied. The people that did the lynching is a minute number. Most of you move in fear because you have worthless niggas around you. Naggers. I'm tired of that word nigga. I think it's a dumb word. I really, really am. Y'all know how I am. I hate that. That word is the dumbest word. It is. But you'll have individuals or melanated who are just no good. Can they change? You know what it takes to change? Do you know what omission is? Do you have any idea? Original Sounds, what's up, baby? They all need to worry when we all understand and learn how to use our true magic. Magic, and that's the dark and the light. Yeah. T. Hines, I'm saying, hey, it's good to have you here, Original Sounds. T. Hines, Delusions, Original Lone Wolf. What's up, beloved? Baby Girl Slaughter, what's happening? What's happening? Original Sounds, Delusions. I got you. T. Hines, Craig R. What's up, beloveds? It's good to have you up in here, beloved. He never even got what he sold out for. He got what he had coming. And it seems that way. Westworld cyborgs. And you know, people don't want to believe, but machines are real, y'all. Carrie B, what's going on, Bluff Snoo? I got you, baby. Benji, I got you, Clem. Just want to shout everybody out. Yeah, UCC is complicated. It's only complicated as far as we look at it. Omega got you. Is Max B up in here? What's up, Max B? What's up, baby boy? You know what I'm saying? I showed y'all the book I got yesterday, right? I got another one. I'm reading. I'm going to come back and read it 12 because I'm eating. This is the last day where I'm eating about 6 boiled eggs and 12 ounces of steak, butter. That's all I'm going to have. I want to see how my system reacts. But then after that, this afternoon, I'm going to show you how I make my cachava and then my sea moss with the moringa, the one that I boiled up. I actually made another one with ginger. I didn't record it. You know, when I make my sea moss, they last a long time. You have 10 days, depending on how you use it. But they can last even longer if you do it with a little salt flake. So the psychic self-defense. This is what put me to sleep right here, y'all. Then I woke up and I was like, I started to set everything up. I was like, you know what? I went outside, took a little busybody here, Alexander outside, right? That sun hit us, man. It was like, huh. And y'all know I'm a sun gazer. I was like, I need to get butt naked out here and be on the roof or something, right? I got the big ladder. I can just climb on the roof and get butt naked on my lawn and really toast up. But something hit me, man. I'm like, man, hold on. And this one, right, because he's tenderfoot. Anyway, we down over by the bird thing. I'm sitting there going, whoop, whoop. I'm in the tank top, shorts on, no socks on, like when my sandals on, flip-floppies, and my toes is burning. I'm like, I just thought the speed bag was going on. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was back in them days and shit, right? The sun was just, I was like, and this one, I turned around and thought he was about to jump on the damn, one of them, what you call those moths, its wings were short because it had, the lizards didn't get to that grub. Because sometimes around here you see the lizard crab and these big brown grubs. What's that moth called? It's the big one, monarch moth, right? This motherfucker, I thought it was about to jump on the lizard trying to get at it. Because he don't like lizards. I keep telling this your cousin. This motherfucker, I turned around, I saw this motherfucker tip-tap-papping on to run back because I leave the door open. The flies already come up in here, y'all. That motherfucker got in the door on the shady side, looked at me like, and he slid on the door like, nigga. I was like, nigga, I'm coming. Shit, I ran up in this motherfucker. You know I did stand up, so stop. Right? Anyway, I ran up in there, man, closed that door, turned the AC on my motherfucking 65, nigga. I was up in this motherfucker. I'm thank good I didn't bend this motherfucker up too bad. I was like, shit, I went right back to goddamn sleep. Nigga, I woke up, I don't know, I think it was about 9:30. I said, oh man, I'm getting zapped the hell out down here. I got everything plugged up, put everything where it won't be because I turned everything off and plug it up, put it away from me. Because when I go in the room, I don't want nothing coming up in there that's EMF related. My log is taped up and shit because I already set up walls and not say so much. Man, I was like, shit, do I want to watch something? Man, nigga, I went right back to sleep. Shit. I said, well, I ain't read. Well, them niggas is all right. They ain't like they're running over there anyway. Man, it's... And then I saw the guys this morning. He said, man, it got like 100. I don't even want to know, cuz. We're going to be having them get out there and enjoy that shit. I was just beat up. When you wake up, don't walk out in 100 fucking degrees sun like you brand fucking new or something. That sun going to be like, oh, you brand new, huh, nigga? That's what that motherfucker... Son said, Red, yo, I got you. And I was like, whoop, shit. And this one right here, Lightfoot, man, listen here, bruh. No, sir. Right now, it's 74 degree in here. And I got to sweat. You know, I like walking around with sweatshirts and hoodies and shit. It could be 90. Ass went right back to sleep. But this book right here is excellent. All that to say, this book is excellent. I mean, you motherfucker. Like, I just wanted to give you a little entertainment. Entertainment. Okay, anyway. This one right here. God damn. There are little parts in here that because you know I'm using the light brown highlighter because I really want to keep this decent, but I'm really like being real. I'm like using this I'm using my grandmother's letter. Yeah, this is my grandmother before she passed away. This is 2010 when she sent me this letter. But I'm using it to just bend it forward, and then you make the line to make lines of whatever it is I'm reading for later information. Then I take a little black pen and put a bullet point, because these things are fine points that I'm finding in this book. Now this one is psychic self-healing. Who's in the word psychic don't know the original acronym or its actual meaning, or its not acronym, which would be only a few letters, but it's etymology, what psychic actually alludes to. But regardless of that, the self-defense part is why I made a decision to get another occult-like book. And some would say it's not. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you know Dion Fortune, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Especially when you're dealing with stuff that deals with the paranormal, per se. Okay? So, yeah, I fell asleep. When I'm reading a book and I fall asleep, I'm comfortable reading that book, and it was very good. Phenomenal. So, somebody said my grandpa was in Dynamite Charlie, right? That's the one that Joe Lewis is scared to box. It's my grandpa. That's my grandma right there. All right? Fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, are y'all that beat? This is my letter. This is a letter she wrote me when she sent me this. Jimmy, I know you will get a kick out of this picture. I found it away among all the things that I keep. Because she kept a lot of my stuff. Aunt Joe keeps it now. I got a couple of things back, but I didn't want it all. I figured with them being close to the family, those things would be good to cherish, and all the pictures I have so many pictures that they have that I don't have. I don't want. That's important to be able to tell a story. When we get to that place. So this is right here is a picture of School of Performing Arts, Montclair High School. Invite you. We've got the look. Fashion Speaks. An original spoof on clothes, teens, that's us, and the time. Teen, we call ourselves That's Us. And the Times. Presented by School Performing Arts at the Rand Building. This was on Friday, April 30th at 7:30. This was, I believe, 1983. 82, 83. And you got Noreen, you got everybody. Shereen Robinson, Pete, we got all the guys. That's me. You see that hat? Most people didn't know what that hat was. And I wore it because I knew that it had everything to do with the Abkhazarians or the Russians as far as Belgrade. Anyway, it's a history. And that was me. And look how skinny I look, right? Breakdancing. Looking like I was Puerto Rican, right? As everybody thought I was Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy Sean Brandt's son's mother. She passed away from cancer. Wonderful. All these people here are beautiful. When you talk about fame, Noreen, when you talk about fame, that's who we were. When you talk about martial arts, acting, everything. And the people sit there and say, well, Ray, how the fuck could you be doing all that and then being an individual? I was a drug dealer. Seen many dead bodies. Don't get it twisted. It's a different time. A different time, a different people. That's why I say a lot of people have, and I was in 2 of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies because of this, and a couple other movies I'm not gonna get into. I was a baby for in commercials. For what you call that shit? Pampers and shit like that. Yeah. It's not the life I wanted. I saw the truth of it when I was dealing with drugs. When I was selling weed and shit like that, back and forth between Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, relatives, Jersey, Jersey City, Atlantic City, Carolinas, and because of the background, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to get away from it. Because I know exactly which direction I would have went in. I think the enemy would have loved that. Oh, he's awakened. Oh, shit. Yes. Everything worked. And something pulled me away from all that shit. You know what I mean? And people know me back in high school. I was a violent motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. But I was called the bully beater. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't come around bullying people. Especially if you didn't see me. Because a lot of times when people walk down, if I was over by a tree, cat rolling a blunt, or I was like, whatever, you know what I'm saying, chatting with somebody, or ran keys, they see me and they turn around, or in the morning, by the, what you call it? We had this little silver truck. It's got one leg, a hot dog truck. But he would come by in the morning and sell bagels and all that kind of stuff. And there'd be people right in the crowd of us getting all those snacks. But we had money, y'all. They would turn around and haul ass, get up into school. We're talking about bullies, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I was known, you know what I mean? So it was a different time. And we had the gratuity to meet so many people and walk beside so many people. Like, there are people who could tell you about Al Dorkin. It was a good friend of mine. We kind of grew up as kids because of the high school, his mom and my grandmother and this, that, and other aunts. And we grew up playing in the hood and never raced his mom and his little fake Jewish, or his Jewish little Italian ass. But he became a police officer. And then one day we're chatting, we reconnected. Me and him were chatting a lot of times. And he had some girls, he liked Caribbean, he liked dark women, so he was dealing with some Dominican bitch. That's what she is, because I think her son's murdered him. And he had this disability and everything, some other things happened. And you know how it goes. It don't matter what color you are. Most of our people that joined the police department became the very obscurity and the very thing that y'all hate most. And he had an incident where he used some words. And everybody jumped on it. And I called him up and says, what happened? And when he told me, I was like, well, you was actually right. I wasn't defending it. I said, but you're dealing with people that you grew up with, bro. We're talking about like crib brothers and sisters. And you're carrying on in a way, because most of those people that you police with were dumbass racists. And so he went about his way attempting to make it correct, you know, but it takes us to clarify that. Not one of them is going to clarify it because most of them are stupid. All right? And that's what I did. And I did it because Al wasn't a bad guy. The system is fucked up. And everybody around you is fucked up. So everybody around you is bad by the narrative. All right? Anyway, let me get the fuck off of here. Get these eggs off the stove and get my steak salted and peppered up because I'm going to fuck that up. And then later on, I'll show you how I make the Cashapp I'm going to make today. All right? Appreciate y'all. The read's going to be good today. All right? I'm going to make up for a couple of days. I ain't no makeup. We're going to read today. That's what the fuck it is. I'm about to make y'all comfortable. Fuck being comfortable. I need y'all asses uncomfortable. All right. LaMarcus, what's up? What's up, beloved? Anyway, y'all know how it is. Yeah, it's going to be in the 90s over there? Okay, babe. That's good. Carrie, yeah, a little red wolf. I like that. I put the word out in my vocabulary for years. It only resurfaces in creative content. Yeah, it's a fucking goofy word, right, beloved? They all need to wear it when we all understand how to use the true. Yeah, well, you know what? And there's another term for it. Just call it source. Just call it, you know, they want to say energy. Well, it is, but it's just a source. When people are able to tap into their not just the truth of having an understanding of who they are, but yet, no buts. Yet, when they're capable of recalling, when certain things happen, they'll know. And it's not everybody, sadly. You know, but yeah, ritual sounds. So anyway, it's good to have everybody in here. I appreciate y'all. You already know. If y'all want to donate for books, go ahead. I told you this one was 20. It went down to $1 something, but it was like 20. So if you want to purchase this, go right ahead. When I got it, it was 20, 21 something. Well, you know, with the taxes and everything, which is not good. Indelible information. Okay. The other ones upstairs, I got 3. When you ain't the other one, you don't need to worry about it, y'all. That's mine. That's that shit that won't allow you to sleep. So, it's very graphic. I studied medicine, so, and graphic I'm talking about, yeah. So, I can't show it on here either. It just, you know what I mean? Talking a little boo bop bop, that's one thing, but I would have advised y'all. I told y'all don't be messing with the cold stuff, and I mean that. But this one, check it out. All right. I got some more books to pick up today, actually. I checked my Gmail, and I was like, oh, because, you know, I started tapping on that tracing. You know what I mean? So when I hit on it, it lets me know where it's at. You know, bit left, blah, 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 dropped off, you know, where. All right. So anyway, again, I appreciate y'all, ladies. You're the power. Men, we protect that power, so we stay strong. All right. We have a reason. And I'll see y'all here in a couple hours. But y'all can hit the Cashapp, too, if you want to donate. It's in the description. Usually Snoo or somebody throws it up there, but like I said, if you want to send $1, whatever. I'm not Getty Grant. I'm not like the brothers like that. I don't really need it. But I always feel like if we're going to get books, because I just spent $600 and something, and that money was somebody who put in my account by accident, so I had to pay it back. So you ain't going to worry about them. And whatever books I decide to share you out of that, because all this is going to be going to me in Tucson. I only say Tucson, don't worry about where it's at, but when I go there and I'm out of here, then we get to the meet and grits with the people sitting around and they want to hear me read things, and I will break out the book and read for them in the big tent or whatever it is we construct into whatever it's going to be. All right? And I said to myself, wow, this is the last thing. Wow, maybe I have to be a pale skin like the one in Texas to get like 30 acres, and then all the brothers and sisters start running to the land. Well, we've been doing this for a while. We have a bunch of people that have land, and nobody's doing nothing, still making excuses. That's why I'm a little, I want to say disappointed. I don't really get disappointed because I see things for what it is. But I guess if you were to say essentially what it means, I'm disappointed in a lot of you. Like I said, you're obedient to the slave narrative. You don't allow yourself to come out of that chamber of lies and allow yourself to experience something new and to walk through the agony of defeat to overcome and to persevere, to become unified together, to be able to laugh and to say, not just with hard times and fun times with your brothers or siblings, but to do that with the very siblings you know nothing about. And so, hey, thank goodness I am who I am. Yeah, I know I don't identify, but I'm on my shit, white and Indian. I didn't make it that way. So there you go. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. And I get with y'all. Got to get a top up. Getting hot here. Appreciate you too, Carrie. Appreciate that, beloved. So anyway, I'll see y'all here in a couple hours. All right.